Hey guys, Brian Martin United here, coming at you with another news show. So we're going to talk about some transfer speculation. We're going to talk about Brian Mbeumo, and of course the Kobe Mainoo controversy. All right, so let's get into it. Hoyland, most likely going to Napoli. Nothing much to say there. Sancho, Roma seems to be the most likely destination. The director said the ball is basically in Sancho's court. I think yesterday I reported that the director said that Sancho was unwilling to continue conversations at first, but it seems like that's where Sancho might wind up. So, you know, probably going there. Garnacho, most likely going to Chelsea. Still waiting on Chelsea to cough up the right amount of compensation for Sancho or Garnacho, excuse me. I've heard Tyreek George's name thrown in the mix in terms of a possible swap deal. I've heard of Santos' name thrown in the mix in terms of a possible swap deal. So again, Garnacho most likely to Chelsea. Tyrell Malacia. Have not heard much news on that front. Still looking like Roma, Celtic, or at Atalanta. Those are the teams that are being touted as potential destinations for Malacia. But other than that, have not heard much news. Again, like I said, I think yesterday, day before yesterday, I think Atalanta would be a good fit for Malacia. Anthony, Real Betis, match made in heaven. Betis, they have returned with an improved offer for Anthony. So again, the ball is in United's court on that one. Um, Watch this space on that one. I think that will probably be the first deal to go through out of the pending departures. So maybe we'll see a here we go soon from Fabrizio Romano on that one for Anthony. For Sen Lamans, again, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that name. So he missed his game for Antwerp at the weekend. Obviously, he's their number one, so he's definitely going somewhere. We're just not sure where yet. Of course, he was heavily linked to us, but then it emerged that he was not being signed as a number one. Maybe that has gotten to him in his camp because now I'm hearing that Galatasaray are looking to swoop in. So that might be an interesting turn of events. I would hope that he comes to United. I hope that he can oust Onana and or Bayendir from their positions because we need something better between the sticks than Onana and Bayendir. We got a good defense and we can't have a poor keeper letting them down. Moving on to Brian Mbeumo. So I will give credit where credit is due. Dev, if you know who Dev is, he is part of the United View crew on the red carpet. Check them out. He also has his own channels and socials, so please follow him on there as well. Um, and Deb said this. I'm paraphrasing here, so I'm not quoting word for word. But basically, he was saying that Mbeumo hasn't really impressed as of yet. And honestly, I was kind of applauding when he said that because I've been quietly thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to say it. I wanted to be on the hype train about Mbeumo and Cunha. And honestly, I've not seen the Mbeumo from Brentford. Yes, new team, new surroundings, new everything. So I get it takes time to bed in. Um, but I just I'm worried a little bit. I'm worried a little bit. I'm worried that this might be yet again another player coming to United who is not flourishing the way we thought. Had a better career away from United. I know it is super, super, super early to be saying this. And honestly, like I am one of those folks that I kind of hate it when people start ringing alarm bells too early. But I gotta be honest. I gotta agree with Deb. Like I haven't really been terribly impressed with Mbeumo, especially compared to what I've seen him do before at Brentford. Again, by no means am I saying that we should drop him, but I do think he needs to be played more centrally. I've said it before. I look back at his goals at Brentford, and I feel like those came from him playing in a more central or at least tucked in position, right? I think right now he's getting forced out wide too much, and so he's not able to produce his best there. At Brentford, Mbeumo made 222 appearances, scored 65 goals. So that's what, a goal every three and a half games, something like that. So, I mean, are we going to see a goal against Grimsby? Are we going to see a goal against Burnley from Mbeumo? Hopefully. Um, but yeah, I mean, and while I'm on it, I don't have it listed here, but even Cunha, right? Like, again, seen some glimpses, seen some strong runs, seen what he can do, but I haven't just been like, wow, just yet. Um, So again, takes time to bed in and whatnot. I just really hope that we're not looking at, you know, two more cases of players coming to United and just, failing and flopping. I really hope not. I really hope not. And in fact, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm just going to say it, leave it there. I hope that this is just them taking time to hit the ground running. As we know, the team itself has just got off to a poor start, if I'm being honest. A draw at Fulham, a loss to Arsenal. I think I tweeted this out. A loss to Arsenal can be forgiven, right? Given their current situation and our current situation. But the draw at Fulham is questionable. Fulham have always been a decent side, right? They put up a fight, never an easy match. But I feel like with the squad we had, we should have gone in there and walked away with a comfortable victory. So questionable. But I mean, if we go to Grimsby tomorrow and just have a poor showing, I gotta jump on the Amarin out train at that point. I mean, if we go in there and we're held and it's like 0-0 at halftime, or even we're down at halftime, and we're not making any, changes in formation or tactics or what have you, or we're not making the right subs, then I really, really, really have to question Amarin because, I mean, again, Grimsby Town, no offense to them, they're a League Two side in fourth place. All right. We should be going in there with our third team and beating them. Anyway, let me get to the thing that you all are probably waiting for me to talk about, Mainoo. All right. So obviously, you've all been watching the matches. You've seen that Mainoo has not gotten a look in, um, and he hasn't gotten to the pitch, right? So rumors are swirling, right? Transfer window still open. People are saying that Mainoo might look for a move away. Amram said that Mainoo's fighting for playing time, fighting against Bruno for playing time. I mean, think about it, right? Bruno's the captain. Bruno always plays. When is Bruno not playing, right? So you're not getting in ahead of Bruno. Um, I don't think you're getting in ahead of Cunha or Mbeumo. They're big money signings. They're going to play. I feel like in this last match, Xerxes and Mainoo should have come in for Bruno, Mbeumo and Cunha, but that didn't happen. So, maybe we'll see them, Xerxes and Mainoo, that is, tomorrow against Grimsby Town. Um, but I mean, yeah, like if we don't see Mainoo, and I even throw Xerxes in there, we don't see Mainoo or Xerxes in the match tomorrow at some point against League Two side Grimsby Town, then I would absolutely be on the phone with my agent if I were one of them and be like, get me the hell out of here. Because that would be a massive slap in the face. I mean, I still think both of those guys could be starters, right? I think they're both 10s, possible false nines. I think they could be starters. I haven't seen enough from Cunha and Mbeumo to be like they're that much better than Mainoo or Xerxes, to be honest. Call me crazy. Um, but yeah, that's what I think. So, I mean, if they don't even get to set foot on the pitch apart from warm-ups tomorrow, then that is, to me, the biggest sign, the absolute writing on the wall. And for Mainoo in particular, if we get another midfielder, because again, Amram is saying that Kobe Mainoo is fighting with Bruno for playing time. Bruno has been dropped into the center mid position. If we get another center mid, meaning someone to play alongside Bruno, then that pushes Kobe even further down the pecking order. I mean, and that is an absolute sign also. So if Kobe doesn't play tomorrow, or if we sign another midfielder in this window, that is absolutely Kobe's out of here, right? And honestly, again, I throw Xerxes in that same boat. If Xerxes is not anywhere to be found in the field tomorrow, now that he's back and fit, he is not in Amram's plans. I think that would be a huge mistake to get rid of both Mainoo and Xerxes. I think, like I said, they're both quality players who could be starting for us, to be honest. So yeah, that would be absolutely terrible. And if we go on to flounder and struggle in the league, then that's also a shout for Amram out. So, the pressure's building on Amram, right? We obviously saw what happened at the end of last season where we ended up. Um, no European football, although Amram and his presser said that we weren't ready for Europe. I agree. Maybe we weren't ready for Europe, but I don't know that I would say that, right? You should always be aiming for top European competition. Even if we're not ready, I don't know if I would have said it like that, right? Maybe something more along the lines of, Europe would have been a challenge, but we always want to be in Europe or something like that. You know, I don't know. Maybe he was a little too transparent there, but yeah. Poor showing tomorrow, Amram out. If we do well tomorrow, but go on to struggle, and we don't see Xerxes or Mainoo, or Xerxes and Mainoo are gone, then Amram out as well. Right. So that's my stance. Um, like I did say in one of my shorts, though, I do think that the United hierarchy is also still in a bit of disarray. I think that's why so many managers have come here and struggled. Um, so I think there's a lot going on. Things still aren't smooth behind the scenes. So we will see. So watch this space on all of that. Reminders. So tomorrow, again, we are headed east to Blundell Park to take on League Two side Grimsby Town in the EFL/Carabao Cup. This shouldn't be a big game, but honestly, it is. Like I just said, for the reasons I just said, it really could decide Amram's fate at the club. Another reminder. Oh, before I move on, I will be doing a live stream for the match tomorrow against Grimsby Town. So please come and join me. Please, like, share, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications or hit that bell icon. So that way you know that I am posting or I'm live and you can come in and have your say. We can talk about it and just hang out and hopefully enjoy a win tomorrow. Another reminder, transfer window for the Big Five leagues closes on September 1st. That is what, next Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Get a calendar pulled up here. That is Monday. Yep, Monday, which is Labor Day here in America. That is when the transfer window for the Big Five leagues closes. September 11th is when the window in Turkey closes. Only reason I mentioned Turkey is because at one point there was talk of Anthony going to Turkey, and there was also talk of Sancho potentially going there. That's why I mentioned it. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Again, trying to keep these videos, short, neat, tidy. Please give me some feedback, what you think I could do better, what you want to hear, what you want to see. But again, please get involved, because that's the whole point here, is for you guys to get involved, to chat, to comment. We can banter back and forth. I don't care if you're from a rival club. Let's just come hang out and have fun and watch some hopefully good football. Until then, I will see you on the next one. Oh, and please follow me on Twitter. Brian Martin, Brymart United, BRYMARTUTD, Brymart United. Yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, which will be a live stream tomorrow for Grimsby Town. See you there. Peace.